90s. The Premier League in the 90s was wild, and leading the charge was a Frenchman named Eric Cantona. January 25th, 1995, Selhurst Park, United versus Palace. Cantona gets sent off, but then, instead of doing what normal footballers do, Cantona launches himself into the stands and Kung-Fu kicks a Crystal Palace fan. Mid-match, on live TV, like he was auditioning for a Jean-Claude Van Damme reboot. The fan was, according to Cantona himself, a racist, sure, but Eric didn't care and kicked him right in the chest. They gave him a 9-month ban, £20,000 fine and 120 hours community service. But Cantona wasn't alone in the Madman League. Enter Vinnie Jones, a man who played football like it was bare-knuckle boxing with occasional throw-ins. He didn't just get bans, he got warning labels. Grabbing Paul Gascoigne by the family jewels, just Vinnie things. Two-footing anything that moved, Vinnie again. Honestly, if Vinnie Jones played today, the VAR room would self-destruct trying to process his existence. And yet in this glorious era of headbutts and haymakers, bans were rare. You could elbow someone in the neck and get basically a 3-match holiday. Punch someone in the tunnel? Hey, it's the passion. Spit on a ref, write an apology letter, job done. It was just raw, unchecked violence and the occasional post-match brawl like it was bonus content. Even Roy Keane admitted to writing in his autobiography that he intentionally ended the father of Erling Haaland's career. His punishment? 5 games. 5. You get more for kicking the ball away now. If you tried 1990s Premier League behaviour in today's game, you wouldn't just get banned. You'd be cancelled, exiled, and probably sued. But back then, you could break someone's leg, say it was an honest tackle, and get a standing ovation. 2010 Luis Suarez. The man had 3 separate biting incidents across his career. Back in his Ajax days, Suarez bit Otman Bakal on the shoulder. Got a 7-game ban. That should have been it, right? Lesson learned, you think, right? Nope. Fast forward to April 2013, Chelsea versus Liverpool. Ivanovic is doing his job, and Suarez, in the most deranged mid-game decision since Cantona took flight, bites him. Just a 10-game ban for biting, again. And what does Suarez do after the match? Apologise? No, absolutely nothing. But then Suarez had other things where he got banned for December 2011. Suarez versus Patrice Evra. During the match, Suarez used a racial slur repeatedly. The FA's 115-page report didn't leave much wiggle room. The result? 8-game ban for racial abuse. And here's the madness. He refused to shake Evra's hand when they met again. And yet, Liverpool fans, they backed him harder than Real Madrid fans, saying Vinny deserves the Ballon d'Or. The club had the players wear Suarez 7 shirts in the warm-up. Imagine being Evra, walking out to see the entire Liverpool squad cosplaying as your abuser. But wait, it gets worse. Really worse. In 2014, during the World Cup, Suarez bites Chiellini. Again, that's 3 bites. Now, FIFA steps in and bans him for 4 months from all football activity. All football activity. That included training. Suarez couldn't even go to the gym with his team. He was basically ghosted by football itself. And what happened next? Nothing crazy. Just Barcelona signing him anyway, for £75 million. To be fair, it worked. At Barca, Suarez chilled out, stopped biting, started scoring, but every now and then, defenders would still flinch when he got too close. Can't blame him. May 13th, 2012. A guy named Joey Barton had a football career but better said a criminal record. He was banned so many times you'd think the FA had a subscription plan just for him. It's the final game of the season. QPR versus Manchester City. City need to win to clinch the title. What does Barton do? He elbows Carlos Tevez off the ball. Already red card worthy, then knees Aguero in the back, then tries to headbutt Vincent Kompany. And his explanation? I was trying to take one of their players with me. This guy thought it was Call of Duty or something. 12-game ban for him this time. But wait, that was just his on-pitch violence. Joey didn't clock out after the full-time whistle. Nah, he was doing bonus rounds off the pitch too. Let's rewind to 2008. Barton gets jailed for 6 months after being caught on CCTV beating a man unconscious outside McDonald's. Oh, and he also punched his own teammate Ousmane Dabo at Man City, training so hard the guy ended up in the hospital. Imagine going to work and catching hands from your coworker because you didn't pass in rondas. Sounds reasonable, right? In 2017, the FA finally had enough of the chaos merchant and slapped him with a 13-month ban for breaching betting rules. Turns out Joey placed 1,260 bets on matches, including ones he played in, and he defended himself by saying everyone was doing it. Insanely good reason I thought so. But then he became a manager. He immediately starts picking fights with other managers, journalists, and probably his own players. In one press conference, he even compared himself to Jesus. That's not coaching. That's imitating Cristiano Ronaldo. Above all, he was bad at being banned. Suarez bit people and moved to Barca. Barton headbutted people and moved to Fleetwood Town. 2000s. There was one guy even more crazy than Suarez and Cantona together. To be precise, Mark Bosnich. He'd played for Manchester United and later became Chelsea's problem. By 2002, the Chelsea medical staff ran a routine drug test, probably expecting the usual vitamins and protein shake results. What they got instead? Cocaine. Bosnich didn't even deny it. Didn't try to play the tainted supplement card. Didn't blame a dodgy chicken wrap. Number, he straight up admitted he had a full-blown addiction. I got hooked after one line. He said one line. 9-month ban. Cocaine positive. Chelsea signed him thinking they were getting a seasoned keeper with Premier League pedigree. What they got instead was the human version of a warning label. Bosnich quickly fell out of favor and showed up late to training. The club sacked him immediately after the test came back, because even in Roman Abramovich's buy-everything era, snorting your career wasn't considered good business. There were even headlines like Bosnich blown out. Goalkeeper lines up for wrong team. From clean sheets to white lines. Okay, maybe I made the last one up, but they should have used it. After that, no big club wanted him, no small club trusted him. His career flatlined harder than Vinny Jr. after Rodri won the Ballon d'Or. But wait, years later, he reached a point where he was thinking people were coming to kill him. Brother, you played with Jaap Stam. We know. The most humiliating part is that Mark Bosnich became more famous for his drug ban than anything he did on the pitch. Just name me one iconic Bosnich save. Oh wait, exactly. His legacy is a cautionary tale parents tell academy players. Train hard, eat right, and for the love of God, don't do a Bosnich. Now what about the guys you forgot got banned? First up, Kolo Touré. The man once failed a drug test because he took his wife's diet pills. Not even joking, he actually said he took her weight loss tablets so he wouldn't look fat on the pitch. Sounds reasonable, right? 6-month ban for not reading the label. Then there's Rio Ferdinand, an 8-month ban for missing a drug test, not failing it, just forgetting to show up. Even Rio admitted he messed up. But the craziest thing is that his ban was double what Suarez got for racially abusing Evra. Oh, and let's not forget Abel Xavier. He got hit with an 18-month ban for testing positive for steroids while at Middlesbrough, which honestly makes zero sense because if you're juicing and still playing like that, you deserve a refund from your dealer. And now finally Adrian Mutu. Chelsea dropped a bag on him in 2003, and within months he failed a drug test for cocaine. Roman Abramovich, fresh off buying the club, wasn't having it. Chelsea terminated his contract, the FA banned him for 7 months, and then sued him for damages. The court ruled he had to pay back £15 million. Nowadays it's basically the same, just wait till you find out. Ivan Toney, Brentford's golden boy. The man was bagging goals like a striker possessed, and then, boom, 232 breaches of betting regulations, 232, 8-month ban, full-time striker, part-time bet, 365 employee. The FA dropped the hammer so hard you could hear it in League 2. 8 months, out cold, couldn't train with the team. The man bet on matches he was involved in, sometimes against his own team. And his excuse? I didn't know it was that serious. But wait, we're not done. Because Sandro Tonali, fresh off signing with Newcastle for £55 million, within months of joining, he got caught for betting on matches, including ones involving his own teams. 10-month ban, fastest club to suspension in Premier League history, even Kieran Trippier, the Newcastle right-back. In 2020, he told a mate about his upcoming move to Atletico Madrid. Nothing criminal, right? Except the mate immediately placed bets. The FA investigated, found the messages, and banned Trippier for 10 weeks. And let's not forget Edouard Mendy, who, while not banned himself, had his identity used by a scammer betting ring in Senegal. Just throwing that in, because modern football is now so ridiculous, even the scandals have body doubles. Now, for those thinking biting is a thing of the past, well, Aleksandar Mitrovic nearly revived it with vibes. FA Cup 2023, Fulham versus Manchester United, Mitrovic scores, Fulham lead, and then madness. Willian handballs, gets a red, Mitrovic loses his mind, shoves the referee, yells in his face like Vinicius, who can't get a free kick and refuses to leave the pitch. Mitrovic, 8-game ban. But modern bans don't stop with players. Jurgen Klopp once sprinted at the 4th official like a man possessed because Liverpool scored a last-minute winner. He got a yellow. That's it. Mikel Arteta screams at referees like he's ordering at a drive-thru and gets fined. That's the punishment, a fine. And we haven't even gotten to Bruno Fernandes, who once touched a linesman during a 7-0 loss to Liverpool. Everyone screamed, ban him! FA said, he barely grazed him. That's how you know PR is stronger than enforcement. Let's get this out of the way. If you ever feel life isn't fair, just remember, Premier League managers are out here committing weekly crimes on the touchline and getting less punishment than a kid late to class. Let's start with Jurgen Klopp. In 2023, after Liverpool scored a dramatic 94th minute winner against Spurs, Klopp ran, yes, sprinted, directly at the 4th official, celebrating in his face like he'd just won the lottery, the league, and custody of Anfield all at once. Jurgen Klopp, 2 games suspended touchline ban plus £75,000 fine, basically a little vacation and some spare change. Meanwhile, Aleksandar Mitrovic pushes a ref in the middle of a match and gets an 8-game ban. Klopp even admitted he was wrong, literally said, I probably deserved a red card. Then there's Mikel Arteta. In November 2023, after Arsenal's loss to Newcastle, Arteta went full meltdown, calling the officiating a disgrace, embarrassing, unacceptable. That's 3 FA buzzwords in one sentence. Did he get banned? Nope. Did he even get a proper warning? Nah. Just a £40,000 fine. That's like finding a Premier League manager with Amazon Prime money. He probably spent more on gas money that week. Now let's go back to one of the craziest managers the Premier League have known, Thomas Tuchel. Remember when he and Antonio Conte nearly boxed each other after a heated Chelsea vs Spurs match? Tuchel yanked Conte's arm in the post-match handshake like he was starting a lawnmower, then walked away puffed up like, yeah, I won that. Both got 1-match bans, just one. And you know what's wild? Players get automatic bans for stuff that managers do weekly. Swearing at officials? That's a card for players. Managers do it? He's just passionate. Leaving your technical area to shout at the linesman, players get booked for dissent. Managers, they get a dramatic Sky Sports close-up and applause from Roy Keane. Kicking a water bottle? Granit Xhaka? Yellow? Klopp? Tactical genius under pressure. Remember when Jose Mourinho got banned for stepping into the ref's room after a draw at Southampton in 2019? 2-match ban. Meanwhile, Arteta has practically set up a tent near the fourth official and they just ask him politely to take a step back please boss. And you can say, well, the pressure is different for managers. Sure. But when you get banned for betting on your own team to win, Tony, while a manager can verbally burn an official alive on national TV and walk away with nothing but a parking fine, something's off. So yeah, next time a player gets a 6-game ban for a mistimed tackle, remember, a manager can sprint 30 yards to growl into a referee's ear like a caffeinated raccoon and still make the bench next week.